Hi everybody, this is Ellie. Thanks so much for joining me today for my May setup in my pocket-sized bullet journal. My April setup was in this Caribou Sojourner with the wraparound special brown pocket, and my bullet journal is a Hobonichi plain notebook in the A6 size cut down to pocket size. I've counted out the rest of the pages that I'll need for April and marked off where May is going to start. I do think that this will be my last month in this notebook. The first thing I'm going to do is create my title page for the month, and Robin from Talks from the Heart was generous enough to send me some wonderful happy mail, and this vellum from a Simply Gilded subbox was in it. So I'm using Daksina's tape trick with the ruler there to tip this in, and I just love these bright and beautiful spring colors. I cut out the pocket size here from my notebook, and I tried to choose an area that did have a peacock as well as some of the florals, so I really like how this has turned out. This tape trick is so handy, and although I'm not an expert, the beauty of the clear tape is that it disappears and you don't have to worry about any mistakes. I've pulled out my AliBrown alphabet stamps so that I can stamp the word May on my title page. I will give you a heads up that I am not a great stamper, and you will see what I mean as the video continues. I've pulled out one of the VersaMagic chalk inks, and usually I stamp in black, but this is such a lovely turquoise that goes so well with the vellum, so I'm carefully stamping out the word May. I'm even using a paper on the side to get the majority of the ink off so that it comes out much cleaner on my page. And I am super happy with this, although I'm never able to get it centered. So I've pulled out AliBrown's Joy Journey stamp set, and I'm just going to use a little leaf to kind of add a little something and make it slightly more centered. You'll see me at the side there trying to stamp 2 leaves just to see if I like the look, but I am happy with one. I'm pulling out my Le Pen Technical Drawing Pen and Stabilo Swing Cool Highlighter because I'm going to use those both to write a quote on this title page. I've only recently started writing quotes, but I really like having something just to start the month off with and something I know I'll enjoy turning back to. As you watch, you'll see what a stamping amateur I am. There it is. I just stuck my finger right in the M for no reason. Didn't realize that's how I smudged it, and then just tracked some prints all over the page. I used a baby wipe to try and clean it, which worked really well, so I thought I could do that up by the M, but what I ended up doing was just dragging the ink all around it, so it is what it is. It's not perfect. It reminds me that, the best laid plans sometimes don't work out, but that's okay. My journal was never meant to be perfect. I'm finishing up my quote, and this month's quote I've actually written on an earlier page in April, but I loved it so much that I knew I needed it front and center for May, and it reads, "When doing is too much, being is enough." And that's by Tori at Revelatory. I'll link her below, and she has a wonderful account where she talks a lot about mental health and self-care, and she's honest, and she has some beautiful hand lettering and watercoloring, so I would definitely recommend checking her out. My bullet journal setup is pretty consistent. On this left-hand page, I will have my focus for the month and tasks, and on the right-hand page, I will have my calendar index. I write the word May at the top of each page, and I just freehand a box around it. On the right side, I'm writing the numbers 1 through 31 for the dates, and I use the 1.0 for that. And then I use the 0.003 to write the days of the week beside it. You'll see me jumping back and forth, and that's just to hopefully give the pens time to dry. My focus for this month is to try morning pages for the whole month and to continue to build on my morning routine. I'm finishing up Good Morning, Good Life by Amy Landino, and I want to try to put some of the things that I've learned into practice. I've added the drop shadows around the 2 boxes that say May at the top, and now I'm drawing a box around my focus because I do like that to stand out whenever I come to this page. Right now, I'm just flipping to the front to my future log. I have it tabbed, and there's not much going on in May because we are still isolating at home. So now I'm flipping back to my April spread, and I'm looking at the tasks that I didn't get done and I know I won't get done by the end of the month, and I'm just migrating them over. So I just write, I want to keep referring to my decluttering list, I want to continue with my watercolor practicing, and I want to develop some planning checklists, just like a daily or weekly routine. I'm not quite sure yet. On the right-hand side on my calendar index, I am highlighting the weekends, and I have the post-it there to just get that clean edge. I really like having the weekends highlighted. It just helps me see the separation when I look at this page. So I do it every month and it works great for me. I'm choosing some washi tape to add to the bottom of these pages, and I have this beautiful lotus flower washi tape from Simply Gilded, and I love these pale green and pink colors. I just think they're really, really beautiful and go perfectly with the printable that I'm going to be tipping in for the month of May. You'll see me fiddling and struggling with my palette knife and the washi tape, but I'm determined to keep practicing so that I get better at that. Here is my May calendar printable, and it's a freebie from SM Plans, and isn't that perfect with the washi tape? She offered it in both a color and black and white version this month, and I got the black and white version because I just knew it would look really nice and clean in my setup. I use a thin washi tape to tip it in, and it always works really well, plus washi tape is super forgiving. I'm still using the ruler there as that hard edge to get the tape as close to the binding as possible. Normally, after these pages is where I would stop, but this month I did have an idea for something different. I actually thought of it last night when I was lying in bed and had to write a reminder on my phone to myself because I'm such a creature of habit. If I didn't remind myself, I probably just would have done my usual and totally forgotten. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I'm trying to learn how to watercolor following Jenna Rainey's book, Everyday Watercolor. It has 30 different lessons meant to be done over 30 days, and I'm really, really enjoying it so far. I don't do it every single day, and that's okay. I do it when I've made time or when I'm in the mood, and I'm taking pictures and saving them in an Instagram highlight because I really, really like to see the process. Because I'm enjoying this so much, I really wanted to include it in some way in my bullet journal. So I thought because this is a 30-day program, so to speak, I would make a tracker. So on the side, I've written everyday watercolor, and I'm drawing these boxes here because I want to track using washi tape. I have so many beautiful washi tapes, and while I do use them, I would love to use them even more. So I thought this could be a really fun way to track. I've never done this before, so I had a lot of fun just going for it. I've pulled out a couple of washi flake stickers from a set I got from Fairy Milk Bar. I just cut that watercolor palette in half, and I have the cup full of paintbrushes at the bottom. I really, really like how that turned out. Now that I've finished with the boxes, which are 5 by 5, I've pulled out my .003 to write the numbers. I like having the numbers there and knowing exactly which day I'm on. And because I've already done 6 days, I get to have the fun job of filling in 6 squares in a row. The first square was a tape from Helen at the Coffee Monsters Co. Her emojis are so cute. The second one is a tape that is from Calibi Crafts on Etsy. This third purple tape is a foiled washi from Nutmeg and Arlo that's Harry Potter themed. I just love it. I have a lavender tape here, also from Calibi Crafts. and I'm just loving how this looks, guys. It's just fun. I'm not being precious and trying to center it or line it up or anything. I'm just getting it in the box. I don't remember where this tape is from, unfortunately, but I did choose the leaves because painting leaves has been a huge part of the learning process. And this constellation tape is from Sojourner, and until I tore it right there, I didn't realize it was actually a perforated washi tape. But I love how that page came out, and I'm going to have so much fun with it. I've just flipped back to my cover page, and now that it's all dry, I'm just drawing a box around my quote there. I just feel like it finishes it a little bit more. And there's my drop shadow with my Stabilo highlighter. I'm going to flip through the pages really quickly that I set up, and I love how this turned out. I love the addition of the turquoise, and this tracker is such a fun idea, and I'm so excited to fill it up this month. What I'm going to do now is pull out the cover that I'm using in the month of May. This is a Sojourner trifolio in the Enoch leather with a special brown front pocket. This sticker is by Brie at Documented Journey, and I chose it because, well, it's beautiful, and also because it reminds me that although I may feel unmoored and uncertain at times, I am where I am, and this is the reality right now, and it's okay to feel whatever I feel. And just a reminder to be present and stay true to the things that are important to me. I just wanted something comforting and cozy, and that's also why I put in this little thank you / compliment card from Cheyenne Barton. It's these beautiful soft muted colors and says, "You're so lovely." And I was like, well, that'll be nice to pull out and look at as a reminder every so often. This here is a folder, and I've seen Robin from Talks from the Heart make these many times, so I thought I'd give it a try. I just made it so that I could slip it into the front pocket because I won't be using the dashboard like I did in my last setup, and I wanted a spot to put in my washi card, my little sticker book, and a sheet of stickers that I think I will be trying to use to track my morning routine. While it all fits nicely in the folder, when I did try to write on that left-hand side of my notebook, it was really bulky with all of that slid into the folio pocket, so I would either take it out when I'm writing, or in this case, because me and my journal aren't going anywhere, I'm probably only going to leave the one sheet of stickers in there because that's all I really need to have easy access to at this moment. I'm so happy that I chose this Enoch trifolio for this month. After the more structured caribou in April, I was really in the mood for something softer and squishier and just more huggable. I find kind of touching it, especially with the trifold, I like that extra flap. It just feels so contained and squishy in my hand, and it smells amazing. So really happy with this choice. I did also put on my charm from Baumkuchen that reads, "Change is the only constant." And that's just a wonderful reminder for me that life is what it is, things are always changing, and we're all going to be okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.